The guests today have competed with 6 songs for 4 countries during 9 years in Eurovision. The first one in 2003 for Croatia and the last time 2012 for Portugal. He is the composer of the songs, but we have also seen him on the stage, dancing and backup singing. How did that happen and much more I hope to reveal today when I have invited Andrej Babić from Croatia.
Hi to everyone, especially to you, and I want to thank you for inviting me in your radio show.
You have competed in national pre-selections in 8 countries, in Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Slovenia, Belarus, Portugal, Georgia and Switzerland.
Wow, you know everything. You're better than when you said 8 countries. I was starting to count. I forgot it was this online pre-selection in Switzerland with the song in French. Yes, I remember.
Have you tried your luck in other countries also?
We did try. Carlos and I did try in Ireland.
Yeah.
We tried it probably the year before we went to Georgia. It was with a famous opera singer, and she was the first reserve song. They chose 6 songs. We were 7th. So I'm very sad because the song was actually very nice. Carlos made very nice lyrics in somehow in a Sarah Brightman's way, something like this. Very one ballad with the orchestra. Very, very nice for me.
What happened to that song?
The melody was transferred to Slovenia and it was sung by Mansa. Doma means here is my phone. I wrote the melody for the song, which is telling about her love to Slovenia, but the lyrics were made by very famous poets.
When did you submit your first song to a pre-selection? Do you remember that?
Yes, it was in Croatian pre-selection, Dora, in 1907. It was the song Nemamo to pravo. I was singing about Greta is telling to the world. Nemamo to pravo means we don't have the right. And it was actually about the saving the earth. We haven't been given right to ruin this planet. We were just borrowed to have it for as long as we are alive. And later we have to give it back in the same shape as we were been given to.
Nemamo to pravo, jer zemlja trpi sve. Nemamo to pravo, jer zemlja umire. Zato molimo.
And we wanted to make an impact in that Dora, but on that period it wasn't probably very noticed in Croatia because Croatia was more into the Schlager songs, more into the ballads. Something we were combining ethnic sound with modern pop, which was not accepted at the moment.
This was your first attempt to the national pre-selection. You got a 17th place, yeah. But you were back in 99 again.
I was learning from we won't call them mistakes, but I learned what people want to hear because in that period, especially in 90s, Croatian television paid much attention to what audience has to say. Later, in the 2000s and later, they somehow wanted to pull some songs through the juries, if you know what I mean. But many songs came there just because the juries want them. Their audience didn't want them. And in the 90s, as I remember, the heads of Croatian television wanted Dora and Croatian pre-selections to be very popular. And that's why they wanted popular singers there, like Doris, like Daniela and stuff. So that's why I was coming back in 1999 with a teenage group, Teens. They were in the beginning of their career, and they become very popular very soon, especially with the teens and young people. We started with the song Miris Ljubavi, and we didn't finish that good because host said something like, if they win, they can't go because they are too young, something like this. So people probably didn't even vote for us. But we came back in the 2000 when the televoting was introduced for the first time, and it was not 50% like today. It was only one of 20 jurors. We had 20 jurors from 20 cities in Croatia, and as I remember, we have been given 12 by televoting. If it would be like today, we would probably stay in the game for the victory. But this way we finished, I believe it was 4th place. First one was Goran Karan with Kad zaspu anđeli. The second was Vana, Kao rijeka. Third one was Giuliano, Srna I Vuk.
Sve stare ljubavi I život moj, sva moja sjećanja. Sve je to ništa, otkad sam tvoj, kažem bez kajanja. Pa rekli su za nas da Srna I Vuk ne idu zajedno, samo ti.
And fourth, it was Teens with the song Hajde reci što.
Hajde reci što mi je trebala neka kao ti. Kad što ti do muka jedino dala si. I toliko vola.
We didn't know with them what to do anymore. Are we going to keep them together and call them teens? Because some of them were already close to 18. So we decided to split them in the few directions. When their manager told me, I plan to start with Claudia alone. She's not part of them anymore. Do you want to work with the guys in the future, or do you want to try with Claudia? And I said right away, I'm starting with her from the beginning. She didn't have her own songs. All songs in the group Teens were sung by Daniel, who is a male singer. So we had to start from the start. We didn't know which direction should we choose. She was only 15 in 2002. And we started with the pop dance songs, which were popular in Croatia. I believe her first song was Led. Pretty success in Croatia, and it was she had practically some sort of 1 year of practicing how it is to be alone on the stage with no more guys around her. And no one expected anything to happen because she was just one young girl, and no one expected her to be very attractive to the audience to vote. And what's very flattering to me is that was the year Croatian television changed the rules from year to year. That was the year when they decided that they want audience to have the final word. So it was 100% televoting. And I believe it was 5 regions. And we won. We got 12 from all of them.
Više, nisam tvoja, nisam ona koja trpi da bi bila voljena. Bit ću uvijek svoja lošija i bolja, al ću biti sigurna, u sebe sigurna.
It was very, very big hit for her. And for me as a composer, probably the song which made me earn the biggest amount of the money. It was really, really big hit in Croatia at the moment and the countries around us, Slovenia, Bosnia and Serbia. Somehow I believe that in that period, Dora and songs from pre-selections were very popular in the radios and in the people. Now, I'm not sure that not even 15% people can repeat the chorus of, let's say, Damir Keđo song.
Divlji vjetre, tu na moj prag, uvelo više donesi mi.
There is no radio stations that play Eurovision songs anymore, which is very sad. And we still think the Eurovision finished somewhere around when we had Maria Magdalena.
Maria Magdalena.
And all songs after, let's say, 2005, 7, 8, no one knows what happened later. So we still hope someone on Croatian television will start all over again and make Dora one of the most famous events in Croatia. And because stars don't even want to come back on Dora, they think it's some sort of talent show, because lots of newcomers trying their luck on Dora, and no one respects the work all the artists have been doing for the years. For example, I'm very close to Doris. If you ask her if she would come back ever again, she said never, never again. She really thinks it belongs now to the young people.
When you won with Više, nisam tvoja, you got a ticket to Latvia. What do you remember from the week in Latvia with Claudia Beni?
It was some sort of school trip, because we were learning in the process. We didn't know what to expect, what to do, what to prepare. We didn't have anyone to guide us. Croatian television had some sort of changing the head of delegation. First, it was the lady who made Dora. It was Ksenija Urličić. She was head of delegation for several years when Croatia had the biggest successes. And then they had some sort of changing the other. So I don't know what to say, except that we had nice time there. About our performance, of course, we could do something better. But if I take a look from the perspective what we had, I believe we did all we could. Claudia was singing very good. Actually, she was only 16. I don't see what could be changed now, because we had the choreography that was very specific. All the kids in Croatia started to dance like we did. And yes, it was some sort of style like Britney Spears, because Claudia was like a Britney Spears. She was a pop princess. So I don't see what could be changed then.
But were you disappointed over the 15th place?
I was disappointed when I saw the scoreboard of the bets, and we were last one. And I was disappointed back then, but now I was too young. It was very, very emotional for me seeing that we were lost, thinking that we are bad. But voting, I later realized that voting is not always the measure of quality. So today I'm not disappointed. Maybe it would be good if for Claudia if she made some bigger success.
This was in 2003, and you haven't competed in Dora since then, but I know you have sent songs to Dora that didn't got through. How come?
Can you believe that? I didn't told anyone in public back then, because you always think if I say they didn't accept me anymore, you would be seen by Croatian television like people who argue with them. So I decided to keep quiet, but never again. Let's repeat it once again. Never again they accepted my song in the pre-selection. Never again. I sent them, I'm not sure how many, but in this 17 years, I was only as a backing singer, never as a composer. Maybe my songs are not for Croatian market anymore, for Croatian, maybe people from Croatian television think my songs are better for the countries abroad. I don't know, in Slovenia, in Bosnia, in Portugal. When we talk about those songs, I'm sure that I sent them a song which was called Žena Mornara, and it was later become Senhora do Mar.
Ai, negras águas, ondas de mágoas, gelaram o meu fogo no alhar. Senhora do mar, ele não torna a navegar e ninguém vos vê chorar. Senhora do mar.
When Carlos heard it, he said it was song for Portugal. But the song was offered to some of Croatian popular performers, and the song wasn't accepted. So when I said it to the press, when I won in Lisbon, people from Croatia called me from Croatian newspaper and said, "Did you really won last night?" And I said, "Yes." And they asked me, "Why didn't you give that song to Croatia?" And I said, "Can you believe the song wasn't accepted by many of Croatian artists?" And when they told to the manager of the director of the festival, he started to argue with me in the newspaper. So that's why I realized that maybe it's better to keep quiet, because I still have to work in Croatia. They didn't want Senhora do Mar. There is, hopefully for me, there were people who wanted it. Not just that, before they won on Eurovision, they had one show in Portugal called Canção Mulher, something like this. It was some sort of television show when they chose which song from the Eurovision was the best for them. And people were voting, and the Senhora do Mar was voted as the best song representing Portugal ever. Of course, now it would be probably the winning song for them. But I'm very glad that Senhora do Mar even probably stay in the top. So I'm not sad that it didn't go to some Croatian artist. Maybe this was better way for the song.
But wasn't any Croatian artist that recorded the song? Not a single one.
It was only when Carlos heard the demo, it was sung by my colleague Martina, who sang the Love Symphony for Slovenia.
But 2003 was the last time from Dora, but you also sent the song Metuli in Croatian to Dora, right?
Yes, look, I'm having a hit in Croatia. It was a real hit, and even if we didn't came with a good placing, we came back to Croatia, and still it was a hit. The song was a hit. So I thought maybe Croatian television will respect my vision of what should be on Dora next year. And I decided to connect the ethnic sound with the modern arrangement, something like this, some sort of crossover. And then it was, they said, only Croatian citizens can do it. And I am Croatian citizen, and I'm sending a song. And yes, I'm deciding that the song should be sung by a Slovenian star, Nuša Derenda. And the song wasn't accepted. The song was called Poput leptira, which means like a butterfly. And when I saw that I can't pull through with Croatian television, I decided to try my luck outside of Croatia. And that was the moment when I started to go around Europe. 2004 was lost for me, but in 2005, I was working on two directions already. One was in Bosnia. It was with the group Feminem. And the other one was in Slovenia. I tried with Saša Lendero with the same song that was sung by Nuša. But since Nuša has a contract in Slovenia with Matjaž Vlašić, she could only accept something in Croatia like she did. But when she came back to Slovenia, she was singing songs of Matjaž and Urša. And she had a song for the EMA 2005 already chosen. She was singing Noa Noa. And I decided my song Metul should be sung by Saša Lendero. And imagine Slovenians allow foreign composer to take part in their pre-selection. So I was very happy to see that someone wants me when Croatian television didn't want me. It's different than it was sung by Nuša. It was maybe a rude, and Nuša didn't like my comment to the newspaper in Slovenia, because I say maybe Saša is really a butterfly, and Nuša has that powerful voice that she's probably some sort of powerful bird. She's not a butterfly, but it looked like I said she's, I don't know, dinosaur or something. No, I wanted to say that Nuša has a very powerful voice, and I respect her very, very much. I'm sad that our collaboration didn't work out back then.
And you mentioned here before Feminem with the song Zovi.
Mislila sam da ću moći sama, sve dok sama nisam ostala.
Later translated to Call Me.
Call Me, yes.
There were times when I really doubted if I could tell me where there always comes the sun. But now I can see the world from a different side, yeah. Lonely, every time you're feeling lonely, our greatest wish is one and
Was that sent to Dora too?
Yes, it was.
It was?
But it was...
Who sang it then?
I wanted to make a band, something like ABBA or like Friends from Sweden 2000, something where we have two girls singing and two boys singing, like maybe like a Steps in UK, something like this, vocal group, and it would be us, the backing vocals, who were with the Claudia singers. But since we were unknown, no one wanted us on Croatian television, and the song stayed out. So I was called by Bosnian television to see what if I accept the song would be sung by Feminem, because they allowed us to send just songs, not the final performers. If I have it, it would be okay. But I wrote, I don't have final performer, but this is the song I'm sending to the contest. And they call me and they say, we think the song is good enough. And we have our group Feminem, and do you think they could sing it? And all of them came from Herzegovina, and the third one, Neda, came from very close to Herzegovina, but actually she didn't have the citizenship. But they still allowed her to take part in the group Feminem.
You told here before that you want to create a new steps or a new ABBA, like Friends in Sweden. Did you wrote more songs to this project?
Yes, I was, as I think it was all in the same genre. It was on the Swedish genre, or let's say most of Swedish songs back then had this special vocal sound. They have something like we had in 80s in Croatia with the song Novi Fosili, Ja sam za ples with Gup and stuff like this. It was some sort of link, Sweden and Croatia. We were trying to record, I believe, 2 or 3 songs. The one was Zovi. The other one was the song I gave it to one artist in Montenegro. She sung it on one festival. I believe it was called Boom Boom.
Do you still have that song Boom Boom with Alexandra?
You know that it was Alexandra, yes. I probably have it somewhere in the computer.
Se mi kuca, bum, 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 kad si pored mene, bum, 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 što bi ono bez tebe, dum, 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 znam da bi od vola, pupom na pola, da li ga sada čuješ, dam, 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 kako zove tvoje, kam, 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 come on baby, let's have fun, fun, bilo bi ti bolje, vjeruj mi, kada bi mi došlo ti.
In 2006, you wrote the song Mandoline to Sasha Lendero, and this one is a real smash banger all over the Europe. Everyone loves this song.
It still hurts. When you said, before you started to record, when you said, if you don't want to talk about it because of the several reasons, you just say don't. I would rather not talk about that because it still hurts. Of course, we will talk about it. I started to write for her, and she's very much rising at the moment. So she's probably one of the most famous people in Slovenia at the moment. And she said, I'm not going back in the Emma. And I said, really? And she said, no, Matulj was just enough. I don't want that level of stress anymore. And I said, okay, I will send you 3 songs. One was ballad. One was, I can't remember, but it was more like Matulj. And I sent her, and I told her, I will send you something unusual. I will connect some sort of beat with the sound of ethnic instrument mandolin.
Igraju mandoline, preglasio krike bolečine, počio najstrunene srce. Igraju mandoline, preglasio krike bolečine, naj se straske meni u prah, da obrišem sebe ga.
She called me back in 15 minutes, and she said, you're crazy, totally crazy. I have to go now, because it was so good. She saw herself in it, and it was just a perfect combination. I don't know how to explain what was happening there. We heard lots of rumors, but I still can't figure out why the jury didn't give her 1 point. It was some sort of not agreement. They said anyone but her. That's how we heard it. That was the direction that the jury got from the top of Slovenian television at the moment. I don't know why. What was so wrong with her, with us, with the song, with the staging? We paid so many attention to it. Not to mention the money. It was invested in the big mandolin on the stage. When we came to Sasha's house after the Emma, no one said anything. It was some sort of atmosphere like like someone died. It was very hard for us. And we went home. No one was speaking a word from Ljubljana to Rijeka, to our hometown in Croatia. And it was a hard year. I told Sasha, let's not stop. They stopped us, but we could go further. And she said, I'm not coming back. And I didn't want to stop. And I'm saying, okay, you said the jury gave her 0 points because it was the bad song. It was the cheap song for them. So I said, okay, I will give you something what you think it's expensive. And I didn't know they're going to change the voting system. And they put 100% televoting. There wasn't a jury back then. So if I could, I don't know what would happen if the jury was there. But when I came with Svetziuga, with an opera singer, with a song which has a big melody, it's like 2 octaves of melody. When Alenka won, I was sad because I believed that Sasha should be the winner, not with that song, but generally in Emma. She should maybe try for her third time, but she didn't want to. She thought maybe it was disappointing the second time, so she said no more Emma. And I went to other direction. We didn't make too much songs after that. So the life goes on, you know.
But then you come second 2005, you come second 2006, you won 2007 with Alenka Gotthard, Svetziuga. And then 2008, didn't you wrote a song to Emma that year too?
Actually, that's exclusive news. Yes, people in the forums assumed it was me because it sounded like me, but we didn't sign me because I thought maybe people in Slovenia are tired of me and my name and my presence, especially when I'm not a Slovenian. I said to my colleagues, including Sasha, because Sasha started her own record label then, and she signed some young artists. So she said, I have some new artists coming, and we could try with them on Emma. And I said, I have one song, which could be for you, Sasha, but okay, you don't want to go anymore. So let's start with that one. And it was the song Petty Element, the fifth element, sung by Iris, and she didn't go to the finals, but still I think it's one of the most intriguing songs that I wrote.
Petty Element.
Maybe if it was sung by some experienced artist, maybe Sasha, it could be much bigger success. But still, I like to cooperate with young artists to help them.
You did one more song to Iris called Kriva, and I believe this was also sent to Emma, right?
Yes.
Sanjam o tim, da to ti povim I da me stisneš k sebi. Da sliši me, poljubi me, staj naj na svetu stavi se. Kriva, kriva, dokler bom živa, živa, bom za te vedno kriva, kraja srca. Zapri me v ječo, zapusti me trpečo, a jaz nikdar
her. I believe that Sasha even wrote the English lyrics. So when it wasn't accepted.
You mean that there's an English version of the song?
Yes. I can't tell you right now what was the title because I don't think I have it. But when it didn't pass to the jury selection, then Sasha decided to translate it or to make a Slovenian version and release it as a single in Slovenia.
Kiss me, tell me you miss me, show me you love me, stay on the wall, one and only, forget that you're not lonely, it makes me feel the fairy tale story. Kiss me.
In 2009, you won again in Slovenia.
I decided to work something new. I said, okay, now I'm going back with even more strange thing because I realized that some Schlager melody is not working anymore.
Imagine you and me, we're flying above the sea.
Because Slovenian television showed very clear that they didn't like my song, the Mandoline and some other songs. So we had a very big hits in Slovenia with the runner-ups. If you remember Senhora, sung by Carmen Stavec, it was probably bigger hit than Sestre. And maybe this other song, Cry Baby on My Shoulder, sung by Natalia Verboten.
Yeah.
It was also second.
Cry, baby, cry on my shoulder. There's no need to hide your tears when your heart gets colder. Just cry, baby, cry on my shoulder. You can lean on me, and you will see.
And jury ignored the public vote. So public voted one thing and they got another. So that's why I came back with the crossover song with not so many lyrics. I decided to bring back the instruments on the stage. That's why I found the quartet called Partissimo. And I told them, hey, I have an idea. And they said, okay, we're going for it. And the rest is history. It was strange. It was something very unusual. If I could sacrifice one of my songs for the other, there would probably be Love Symphony for the mandolina. If I could make a sacrifice of one for another, but that doesn't mean I don't love the Love Symphony. But it's probably too strange for Eurovision.
The year after, in 2010, you competed for the last time in Slovenia with Mancha Speak, the song Tukaj sem doma. And you came fourth.
Yes, it was very nice. I love the sound of the song. I love the melody. I love the piece. And maybe it was too peaceful for the Slovenian audience, but I love the staging, what we made with her dress. With someone told me that we were trying to buy the cheap votes by showing the Slovenian flag. But it's the song about, right? It's the Tukaj sam doma, I'm at home. So where is she at home? She's in Slovenia. She's talking about the mountains, about the special flower from the mountains. So probably one of the best staging for my songs ever in the pre-selections.
From 2005 till 2010, you competed every year in Slovenia, and you haven't competed since then. How many songs do you think you have sent to Slovenia's EMA?
Later, after Mansa, none.
None?
No, one more time. It was Martina with Alive. Yes, in 2015.
But at night, with no light, I wish you hold me tight on my high. I wanna feel alive, search the world and find my baby. We can make it all right, house can be whole again. 'Cause he was the one who was bringing.
When the winning song was the duo, the name I forgot. We were
Mariah, yes.
Mariah. The song sung by Martina was called Alive. It was 2015. That was the last year I was competing there.
We go to Portugal.
From Balkans, we skip there to the Portugals. It's very strange how things happen, but it was all thanks to Carlos Coelho. He contacted me. He said, Mandolina is a great song. It started like this. It was in 2006. And we decided, you're coming to Croatia now, right? And he said, okay. He came in the 2007, right after my coming back from the Helsinki, with the song Cvet z Juga. And he was listening to my music. He was listening to all my demos, including the song which was called Žena Mornara.
To plavo more, prokleto more, hleb daje, al uzme drugo sve. Žena mornara, kada mi život tvoje oluje i ne vere.
And the rest is history. He took it back and he said, I will make something of this. And I can't really say what was the way, how he came to Vanya, but Vanya won this Operación Triunfo. So he said, she is the perfect singer for it. She is unknown, but she has a very strong voice. It was very special. I was there in Lisbon, and it was very, very emotional for me. Because in Portugal, I was a total stranger. So I'm the Croatian in Lisbon. And it was very emotional seeing this standing ovations, all these votes coming for Vanya. And it was one of the greatest experiences because Carlos made it so professional. Vanya was probably one of the greatest singers I have ever worked with. I listen it from time to time. When I feel blue, then I put the Senhora do Mar, and I enjoy of Vanya's perfect voice.
Ai, negras águas, ondas de mágoas, gelaram meu fogo no olhar. Eu não tô a navegar.
I totally agree. I think except Conquistador from 1989, I probably believe Senhora do Mar is the absolutely best song from Portugal. Fantastic song. It came second in the semi-final, but only ended 13th place. Why do you think so?
I wasn't there. I was watching it at home because I didn't want to be there. It was too stressful for me. At the moment I came to Belgrade to see the rehearsals, and then I came back and I was so nervous at home. I don't know what would happen, but seeing Željko Joksimović asking the whole arena with the last envelope and saying Who do you think it is? Who do you think it is? And all arena was shouting the Portugal, Portugal. It was very, very nice for me. And sometimes I go to YouTube and see this moment when he shows and says Portugal. Probably in the semi-final, the system of voting is different. I vote for the song I want to see in final. But when people vote in the final, they vote for the winner. So probably they didn't see her as a winner, but I'm still very, very glad that they saw her as one of the 10 songs that go to the finals. I'm not sad because maybe it wasn't the right time Portugal to have the contest. Maybe they were not ready yet. As I remember, they were pretty surprised by Vanya's success, because before that they didn't even have any final, right? It was the first final for them since the semi-final system was presented. So it was okay. 13th place is okay as long as the song lives even today. How many? 12 years after.
Yeah.
I wanted to have it on something in Croatia. That's what I wanted, but it finished 13 in Belgrade, but it lives in people in Portugal, and I'm very glad.
2 years later, you were back with a song called Canta por mim, and this song didn't go to Eurovision, but all Eurovision fans know this song. Everyone.
Formosa mata paz com seu trinar e dizem tocando que leva a voar. Em asas minhas cordas são todo e qualquer gingão. Meu padre, sua canção. Canta por mim, dona do mundo em noites fatais. Deixa-me os olhos castanhos banais. O pobre que não olhas que eu amo.
It was the year after, not 2 years, right?
2 years.
It wasn't 2008, no, 2000.
Canta por mim is 2010.
Carlos said, okay, let's now try something different. We tried first with Catarina, then we tried with Carla.
Eu consigo, prossigo, não me vão derrubar.
And we tried it back with Catarina, and finally with Filipa. That's something how it goes.
Se fosses luz, amor, ai luz do dia, sorriso inspirador de fantasia. Se fosses água, amor, qual água pura que mata a sede à flor da ternura.
Am I right?
You're quite right. Filipa was before Catarina Pereira.
Okay.
But if we go back to Canta por mim,
Carlos told me about the Catarina. Let's leave the Senhora do Mar style and all about that. Let's leave it there. Let's try to involve something Portuguese and put it in the Eurovision pop song, something like Greeks are doing, Swedish people are doing, something that everyone does except Portuguese people, because somehow they think it's cheap. It reminded me very much of Slovenians. What is the pop song and why they called it cheap? I didn't find it all mandolina cheap. It would be orchestrated by a philharmonic orchestra and conducted by a famous conductor. It would probably be very appreciated for those people in Slovenia. But when you see it on the pop stage with the pop arrangement, with the choreography, some people think it's cheap. Carlos told me, let's try it. I'm not 100% sure it would work because it would be influences of the people. But he said, let's try it. Let's keep the Portuguese guitar and let's keep it in Portuguese. And what can I tell you? It's third time being second. I knew what was going on. Carlos was prepared for that because, as I told you, it was very hard trying to pull something that has, let's say, enemies that sound modern sound. Portugal loves emotional ballads, but I'm glad we tried and I don't know if she would won. Maybe Portugal would be a winner back then. I don't know. Probably had some sort of demo in Croatia, but when I make music, I put them in folders. Let's say in folders. One is ballad, the other one is pop, the other one is, I don't know, rock. And I said to Carlos, which genre? And he said pop. Song was changed probably during the process when he made lyrics and stuff like this, but no one sang it before her. She was the first one.
And 4 years later, you gave her a new song called Me Culpa, and this time second again.
It's the fourth time. People told us that it was too similar, that it was, we had a recipe. Why should I change it when everything was perfect? Except that the jury didn't give her points. Only the televoters.
Corpo em sentido, lábios de rubro mar, tudo é desejo em ti. E o mundo para na hora singular, em que me encontro em ti. Me culpa pelo teu desejo e amor, desculpa se a vida ganha chama e sabor. Escuta quando o coração te diz sim, me culpa, sou mesmo assim.
So we decided we're keeping our way. Let's keep her in the same genre. She will dance, she will sing it like the best she knows, and we tried it, but you all know what happened.
Me culpa pelo teu desejo e amor. Desculpa se a vida ganha chama e sabor. Culpa de ouro por mil noites sem fim. Me culpa, sou mesmo assim.
We didn't invest in this televoting machines that vote all night, and we didn't have enough money for that. So we were second, beat by people who had money for voting machines, but it didn't work good enough. It worked for the runner-up. I don't know, maybe if, Portuguese television sometimes gives her a chance to go internally. We would consider trying it again, but going back to Festival de Canção, I believe that's the closed deal for me, because when they announce they don't allow any foreign composer to appear ever again, I don't want to be rude. I was very welcomed by a Portuguese nation and the people, but that thing from RTP was something like, we don't want someone like him ever again. I came as a friend. I didn't want to take something from other Portuguese composers or authors. I came with my best intentions. So it was strange hearing no foreign composers anymore. So I said, okay, I won't come back. Don't worry. You can open it for the others. I won't be coming back.
But you know, Andrej, you're a rival. That's the problem. That's why they don't want you there.
Well, as I said, I Carlos was always making a concept of everything. When he tried with Carla, with Filipa, he made a concept, and he didn't ever allow me to do something bad for the Portuguese culture, for the Portuguese lyrics. That, if you go to the school in Portugal and you are in 7th grade, you have this book of Portuguese language, and there is Senhora do Mar. So I don't think which has lyrics something like ooh ooh ah, oh yeah, oh no. It would be in the book for Portuguese language. It wasn't the lyrics. It was the poem. Many of experts told Carlos that it's very, very nice lyrics. Not only the Senhora do Mar, but the Vida Minha as well. Written very, very gently, poetically, with no intention of being commercial to sell things.
Yeah, and you won in Portugal in 2012 with Vida Minha by Filipa Sousa.
Se fosses luz, amor, a luz do dia, sorriso inspirador de fantasia. Se fosses água, amor, palavra pura, que mata a sede, a flor da ternura.
But you didn't reach the final then.
Maybe the song it didn't have this attack going on the first ball, as we say. It was something that's melancholy. Maybe I was in that phase, which was melancholy, and I don't know why was I in that phase. It was in the folder Mediterranean ballad. So when Carlos heard it, he said, yes, let's try with this one. But I believe it was the Eurovision was changing. It was not the 2008, and I probably stayed in 2008. Maybe we should changing something like ethnic sound, but maybe change the arrangement, change the staging. I don't know. Maybe we should see more how Željko did it. He also had it ethnic song, but he succeeded in 2004, and he succeeded in 2012. So he knew how to deliver ethnic sound on the Eurovision.
Pitam samo dal si sama, ljude koje ne čujem. Nije tvoja ljubav stvar, da bi ti je vratio. Gledaj, to sam samo ja, uvek sam te voleo. Nije moja...
20 songs you have competed in national pre-selections. Last time, was it 2015 with the song Alive?
Yes, yeah, I believe it was.
Have you sent songs to pre-selections around Europe since?
No. This song Alive was not probably, she didn't make a breakthrough like a hit, but it had very big meaning for me. And because I didn't told many people about it. For the newspaper, I didn't tell. But it was the song that had one special meaning. When we came back from the Ljubljana on the night of dress rehearsal with the song Alive, it wasn't a stroke, it was something wrong with my brain. And I was driving in the car with Martina and my colleagues who were singing back vocals, and we didn't even came home, but close to Rijeka, my brain had an attack, and I stopped the car, and the ambulance took me. And I don't want to bother too much people, but let's say something strange was in my head, and it needed to be taken out because it was dangerous. And I had the surgery 1.5 years after. So I'm alive. I stayed alive after that song, and I will probably write more songs in the future, but I'm just not sure if it would be for Eurovision. Maybe it would be for a musical or for some other performer, like I did for on the Balkans for Severina with the song Hurem.
Dođi, dođi, zlato moje, sve što vidiš, sve je tvoje godinama. Zovem te, dođi jer te one koje, svaku moju suzu broje, nikad neće bolje ko ja. Kao Hurem, ne dam nikom moj da dira, iz ljubavi niti skira, jer ljubav svoje žrtve ne bira, sve dok je duša bez mira ko Hurem.
Maybe, as I said, 6 songs, 20 songs in pre-selection, 6 in the final Eurovision. Maybe it was enough for one life. What do you think?
No, I don't think it's enough, but it's very good worked. I mean, 6 songs of 20, it's fantastic.
Good score, yes.
Yeah, very good score.
I was actually the first one who ever took place with the 4 flags, because right after me, it same happened to Thomas Gessen and for Mr. Ziegel, representing 4 different countries. But believe me, I was always so dedicated to the project I'm working on. I wasn't doing something for the money or for the glory. I was doing very, very hard work for the project, for the country that I'm representing, that I have been privileged to represent. So I will forget about this thing like no foreign composers and stuff like this. I was very, very privileged to be given this opportunity to represent 4 different countries in Eurovision. So other composers, you go. It's your turn now.
You told here before that you had different folders in your computer. You had a rock folder and a pop folder and a ballad folder. The pop folder is my favorite of your songs. I really think you have written fantastic pop songs like Me Culpa, Canta på Mim, Kriva, Sovi. Can you tell me some song that we probably never heard outside Slovenia or Croatia?
Let me think. I will think about it and I will send it to you.
Moja je cena nedosegljiva, nisam na prodaj dokler bom živa. Za denar ne prodam se, nisam stvar. Golatica još borim se za ono sve što moje je, i ako treba život za to dajem, jer lavica ne poznaje.
O da, kad me pogleda steno, kad me poljubi ljeno, odmah je ljepši dan, kad se stisne uz mene, rijeka ljubavi krene. O da, kad me pogleda steno, kad me poljubi ljeno.
Thank you, Andrej, for taking the time to talk to me.
How long? 2 hours?
Yes, very long.
How will you put it in 15, 20 minutes?
I will try to cut this to 40 minutes.
Good luck with that one.
Well, thank you. And thanks to you, the listener. It's an amazing feeling to reach out to such a wonderful audience. Opinions, questions, or suggestions are more than welcome. Use our social media accounts or email me at emil@schlagervännerna.se. And don't forget to subscribe on iTunes or Acast or wherever you listen to me babbling on. Vala puno ovo je bilo fantastično.
Wow, that's really great. I wish I could say something in Swedish, but I don't know. Sweden is one great country, especially in the terms of Eurovision. Sweden is showing a way to all the others. Sweden is in the lead, not with the songs every year, but with the attitude, with organization, with the mission, with the mind, everything. So good luck to all the people around Swedish Eurovision, and you'll lead us for a few more years as long as we live.
Thank you so much, Andrej, and we keep in touch.
Yes, and thank you once again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.